Hello, welcome to Market Analysis channel. Today I will be doing analysis on Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been hovering around its support zone and it's showing resistance from buyers. Despite the sellers have pushed Bitcoin drastically from point 3 downward to support zone, but the buyers are now fighting back. When you look at this bar is an upward closing bar, it stopped the downward correction on Bitcoin. And then Bitcoin continued to have several tight trading. All this tight trading means that the buyers and sellers are in equilibrium. The sellers are not pushing the price downward any longer, because when you look at the low of this bar, you will see that none of the price has ever violated that low. So the buyers are holding their ground on that low price. And all these range that are sideways prices that are occurring, the buyers still need one more strength to push the price upward, because they've stopped the price and now they need to accelerate and send the price a little upward a bit, which will give it a momentum and the rally will resume. This particular bar also had a support to the buyer strength because it's close towards the top of its range, but the volume is less than average volume. So we need a bar that will close around the peak of its range, just like this particular one, and that has a volume above average volume. That will indicate our entry point on Bitcoin, and it will send Bitcoin towards upward, and that's towards point 3. And when it finally break above point 3, it will continue its rally, and we will now focus on our next target, where Bitcoin will head to before it takes some rest. Let me zoom out and let me show you this analysis in big picture. When you look at Bitcoin from the left hand side of the chart, that was where the market bottom, and you can see a rally started. The rally was strong and it rise for extended period of time up to point 1 before it has a little correction, and the seller pushes back to in between the 21-day and 50-day moving average. Then it rally up a bit to around the 21 resistance zone. It now dropped drastically to the 200-day moving average. While at the 200-day average, it got support again and the buyers pushing heavily, and it pick up from there. It rise and it break above the prior resistance. That shows the upward trend is still intact, and it rise substantially to point 3, about 58% increase during that short period of time. Then from point 3, that was how it find its way back to the 50-day average line before it finally weakened, and it's now come back to its support zone. And one beautiful thing about its present support zone is that it's retesting its resistance zone earlier that it made. This particular resistance zone which was made earlier, and here it finally break above it. Now it's coming back to retest it, and when price retest their support zone, they bounce off it because that's a floor price of sellers. And when you look at the volume of what's happening in this support zone area, look at the volume underneath the chart. They are very low, and those volume are well below the average volume. That is a good sign that no more sellers are selling Bitcoin at the moment. It's if buyer could just have little strength, they'll push the price upward and the price will go up rapidly, because the sellers have been exhausted and selling volume has dried up in Bitcoin. Let me now show you our projection for profit taking. We calculated the last rally, sorry, the last leg, which is from point 2 to point 3, and that's about 58% increase. That was what we use as our projection, because if Bitcoin finally break out from point 3, his minimum target place will be 50,000. That's around 58% increase, which it will touch before it finally takes some break or it rests or have another correction. And when you look at the big time
and the big picture, you will see that the rally is progressing. The uptrend in Bitcoin has started at market bottom and it's rallying up gradually, taking some breaths, rallying up again, taking some breath. So the potential for upside is very strong and is still very certain. If this analysis really help you and you want more analysis of this type that shows you the entry, what's happening at the moment, and the target profit, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so you can always get notification anytime I upload a new analysis on your favorite currency, crypto. If you have any question, like the video, post your question in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. I'll see you in the next analysis.